the Financial Management Information System, IFMIS, and hence failed to enforce the use of system in the management of interest. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law. Thank you, Chair.
Governor.
The county executive has issued a sanction and surcharge circular on outstanding interest to all accounting officer. Attached, find Annexure 3, circular to accounting officers on interest surrender. Also Annexure 1. Thank you, Chair.
Auditor, what is still outstanding in that query?
Thank you, Chair. The issue is addressed according to, because we have seen the payment vouchers, which are...
Oh, sorry, it's addressed, yeah? Okay. They have been surcharged.
Yes, Chair.
You have view of that, yeah?
Yes.
With interest of 7%.
Chair, they only accounted for the amount which was outstanding. So,
What?
but will be able to confirm. Otherwise, they recovered all the money which was outstanding as interest.
Yeah, but it will be addressed because the law says you must recover with interest. So it will be addressed only when interest has been charged. Now, sorry, I'll take you back to query number 1.4, please, Auditor, on fiscal responsibility and wage bill. I didn't look at the figure, it's 54%. That is quite high. Please go through the query.
Thank you, Chair. Paragraph 1.4, failure to comply with fiscal responsibility principles on wage bill. The statement of receipts and payments, and as disclosed in Note 3 to the financial statements, reflects Kenya shillings 3,685,639,768 in respect to compensation of employees, which represents 54% of the total county government revenue of Kenya shillings 6,783,549,529. This is contrary to Regulation 25, Subsection 1B of the Public Finance County Government Regulations 2015, which states that the county government's expenditure on wages and benefits for its public officers shall not exceed 35% of the county government's total revenue. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law. Thank you, Chair.
Governor.
The county inherited a large number of staff at the onset of devolution. In addition, the SRC reviewed salaries and allowances for public officers upwards. In light of this, the executive has put in place measures to enhance own source revenue collection to address the high wage bill gap. And maybe further to this, Chair,
Yes.
the county has froze employment except in critical areas of health.
Yes, let's
Number
just find
8.
our members first.
Number 8.
Let's find our members.
Number 8 of this big
It's on
document.
the blue document.
And the response is on the end. Page 8. Yes, Chair.
Are you there, members? Yes, just go ahead. You wanted to add something on your written your written response?
Yes, Chair. We have also frozen employment, except in critical areas of health, and to a small extent, ECD teachers, and also they also come as interns, except doctors who come under contract. Thank you, Chair.
You are saying teachers come as interns.
Yes, because we are unable to pay because of this query.
So how long do they work as interns?
1 year, Chair.
And then?
We send them home, another set comes in.
No. You are told by Senator Cherargei I've been a teacher for many years. Teachers mature like wine. When they start teaching, they mature. In fact, at the 7th year, they should be doing their own methodology and pedagogies, developing different pedagogies. So when you send them home and bring others new ones, they will not mature. So we recommend that they are just employed on P and P, just like nurses and doctors. You can look at other ways like increasing on-source revenue. That's acceptable. But then again, you know, it's I don't know how you're doing it because you're saying you're not updating your valuation role. So try to look for ways of increasing on-source revenue. And maybe for the people who retire, you don't replace them. Those could be better things. But employing interns doesn't work very well. Yes, Senator Newt?
Yes, you remember we were with you, the chair, at the Education Committee. And we passed a bill that OECD teachers are supposed to be employed on permanent and pensionable basis. And because we passed that when I was chair of that committee, and Muranga is my county, I think we would want to implore the governor to look at other ways of saving on the county wage bill, other than employing teachers on an intern basis. It's very important. And also, Chair, if you can remember, we said that we, going forward, will recognize what we call individual teacher qualification, so that a degree holder is not paid the same with a diploma holder and a certificate holder. So, Chair, I think we want to emphasize that because this is a foundational stage of any learner, that I don't want to tell the governor what to do and what not to do, but as we feed our kids with uji, it's important that their teachers are also made comfortable, and that will be by following what we recommended, Chair, employing them on permanent and pensionable basis, and considering individual teacher qualification. It's very important, Chair, that we say.
And even on the microeconomics, when you employ a teacher on P&B and has predictable income, they can take loans. When they take loans to construct, say, a house, the plumber, the mason, the carpenter, whom you are training at Muranga Youth Service, they'll be able to get jobs. But when they're employed for 1 year and released, that income is not predictable, so they cannot take loans. We need people who can purchase the makorofia and so on, who can buy meat from the butcheries, who can buy from the market, people who have purchasing power. It will come from the employed people in Muranga, and some of them are teachers. Senator Chararige, you asked for the microphone.
Chair, maybe just quick observation. I think one of the misuse and abuse is the word interns in this country, because I have never understood, even in national and county governments, why use government resources train somebody for 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, after investing in them, not only paying stipend, but also giving them the knowledge, then throw them back to the street. I think, as we have said, the governor should have a strategy on how they can gradually absorb, because it doesn't make sense you hire a new person, give him a probation for some time to train them, then you have removed the others. But my only question to the governor is, since you took over, and I have indicated, you have said there is a historical number of staff, did you do any staff audit to segregate? Because I remember Nyeri told us that the rat catchers was still working for Nyeri because advent of devolution when the Nyeri governor appeared. So have you done staff audit to know the needs assessment and people you can pay them ex gratia so that you don't need them when you took over from the infamous Mwangi Wairia?
Right.
Or the famous Mwangi Wairia government?
Yes, Chair. One, let me start with the question. Yes, we did. And we found some discrepancies which we remedied. That will be about the first 4 months when we came into office. However, we want to take that issue a little bit further. We have digitized employees' records, but we now want to leverage on GIS technology to tie them into a geophysical location where they do declaration at a place where a person works physically. And as to your proposal, Chair, we have agreed that, yes, it is true, it makes sense. We need to transit these young people. Instead of telling them to go home, we retain them. We transit them into more better employment than telling them to go home. And therefore, Chair, that is well noted, because it's inhumane to bring somebody in and then you tell him to go home. So that's noted. As to whether you will employ them permanent and pensionable, I think this is an issue that I see a lot of conflicting laws and philosophies, which the Senate needs to help us, because, look, we are here. This is an audit query. And you, Senate, you can sanction me. And the audit query is simple. Why is your wage bill at 54%? So, on one hand, you are telling us to put these employees into permanent and pension. We all know what that means. Like now, if we do that, Murang'a County, I did an analysis. I asked my staff, okay, we want to help these people. They do a good job. But what is the cost implication of this? In fact, the other day I showed a document saying it is 600 million per annum. Before, I used to be told it's 200 to 50, but when they do the actual, it shot up to 600 million per annum to do that conversion for 1,000 employees who are teachers who are in our ECD institutions. And therefore, I think we have to decide which is which, because on one hand, we are being told, no, wage bill of counties is too large. Okay, fine. Then on the other hand, we are being told transit this set of employees, and the implication will be a very, very unmanageable wage bill. You see, the discussion we had here before made a lot of sense. You're asking, tell us about your pending bills. A contractor can build an ECD class, and you tell him, you wait for 3, 4, 5 months, which is also not fair. It's immoral, but it happens. But a salary, I promise you, 20,000 at the end of the month, you must pay that amount. Come rain, come shine. So for me, salaries is something you have to be very careful. You don't promise somebody and you fail to pay, because that is a recurrent expenditure which is static, and you cannot, unlike a contractor where you can't delay salaries. We came into Murang'a, we found salaries were being delayed for 4 months. Now they are no longer delayed. At least every 5th, 10th day of any month, people get their salaries. But that is hard work. I'm trying to bring the idea that I'm fearful that you push us towards this direction, then this wage bill now will not be 54%, it will be 70, 80%. And we have all those other programs that we have to continue supporting. My view, and this is my view, I hold the view that labor markets in this country needs to be flexible. Flexible, I mean, like now the idea of internship, in my view, I think it has been positive, because that way we are able to get people who can help us, we are able to offer service, and we are able to proceed even if we onboard them. So, Chair, I'm trying to plead with you that even as you push us for that direction, just know the implication on our books will be huge, huge. But finally, a suggestion by my senator makes a lot of sense. That one I support 100%, which is a degree holder should be paid a little bit more. A diploma holder should be paid a little bit more. That makes a lot of sense in my view, and I feel Probably we can start with that conversation, maybe through phased manner, taking into account everyone's qualifications. Thank you, Chair.
Just maybe respond to what Senator Cherargei asked. Just comment on the issue of staff audit. Have you attempted to audit the staff? There could be a presence of ghost workers in Mranga. Yes, Senator Cherargei?
Chair, he has answered, but he was economical. He said there are some remedies that they noticed, but he didn't say which
Like
remedies.
here, when I look at the statements, comparative analysis of compensation for employees in 2023-2024, no, 2022-2023, you paid 3,899,279,511, and in 2023-2024, there was a decrease to 3,685,639,768. There was a downward trend in the compensation for employees. What did you do? Is it as a result of some audit? Did you discover that there are some ghost employees which may be removed from the payroll? What did you do which you also